second grant today that has been given out also reinforces not just this partnership, this belief, but also your commitment, Barry, and the Australian government's commitment to improving the entrepreneurial ecosystem in our country, in India. Your point about only 10% of startups being founded by women and only a minuscule percentage of that being funded by venture capital is absolutely right on the money. In fact, it is one area I think my government and other governments also need to constantly work on, need to constantly possibly, if private funding is not coming about, I think public funding is another source that we should potentially explore. In our conversation before we walked in, we were also talking about some superannuation funds and others who potentially could look at, opportunities in a country like India. One of the things I would like to believe could be of interest. I'm not talking necessarily about only the superannuation fund, but also other, crowdsourced or other public funded models, which could also look at, furthering the cause of entrepreneurship, and more particularly women entrepreneurship in India. It could be a great, great initiative going forward. I would of course like to thank you and Sarah and the entire Australian government for your support, for your continued support in fact, to VHub. And I do hope and I do believe very strongly, not only in supporting the women entrepreneurs here, but like we discussed before, about 10 minutes ago. Another potential opportunity I also believe could be good for the two nations is that we could have some of our women entrepreneurs explore the Australian market and vice versa. We could have the Australian startups also come into India through VHub, and we could see how they could explore the Indian market. So not only in India, if you ask me, the young women who are here, who've been working on brilliant ideas, you should also expand your horizons. It's not just about one market in India. We should potentially look at, since you have Australian government as a partner, you should also look at opportunities in Australia and how we could potentially tap into them. And I'm sure Australian High Commissioner and the Consul General would be happy to welcome you to Australia to explore more, and vice versa. Of course, it's a two-way street. It can't be a one-way kind of a thing. So we would be more than happy to facilitate, through T-Hub, through VHub, for Australian, startups to come into India. And with this program UPsurge, I think a lot of young women would benefit. Once again, I thank the Australian government profusely for your continued support and guidance. And all the other things we discussed, I think we'll save it for later. We will save it for another conversation. But thank you very much, Barry and Sarah, for coming to Hyderabad and Telangana. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request CG Sarah Kerlu to deliver her remarks.
Thank you very much, and a big thank you to my honourable panel members here. And why should I thank them apart from them giving their time? Because one lesson we know is that girls can't be what they can't see. So women need role models to look up to. Girls who are considering STEM and entrepreneurship need people that they can see have had a successful journey. And that's even more powerful if people in positions of responsibility like Honourable Minister and Honourable Secretary have endorsed that journey. So we were very pleased to be one of the first partners of WeHub, to be an ongoing partner, and I thank you all for coming today, and we look forward to continuing the collaboration. I think the idea that we should connect our women entrepreneurs in Australia with our women here today is a wonderful one, and my office and I will definitely take that forward. So thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. May I request our Honourable Principal Secretary, Mr. J.S. Ranjan, to speak.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Deepti. Honourable Minister, His Excellency, the High Commissioner, Her Excellency, CG, participants, attendees, it's a matter of great satisfaction and happiness that the Australian government has reposed their faith in the great work that we have all been doing at VHub. I particularly remember when the Community Slate program was inaugurated. I was present at the inauguration, and I was present at the valedictory also, after about a year or so, when the graduating cohort was ready to present their ideas. And I distinctly remember the huge difference between what they were on the day when they were inducted in the program and in the valedictory ceremony, the confidence, the clarity in their thought, and the kind of gung-ho attitude they displayed was very, very appreciable. And I'm sure all that happened because of the combined efforts of the VHub team and the team from the consulate, which curated such an excellent program. So I do expect that UPsurge also will build on that very positive learning experience. What we have recognized in the last 3 years, after seeing so many women entrepreneurs pass through the portals of VHub, is that it is not that they lack in ideas, but what we need to do for them is to provide proper linkages, give them good opportunities where they can rise further. And as Honorable Minister pointed out, if we expand the opportunities beyond India, if we can also see if their solutions or the products can do well in the Australian market, then that will be a real benefit from this program. I also recall that in the community slate, some very good speakers from Australia had come and they had interacted, including, if I'm not mistaken, someone who was a very senior minister for technology, or
Dr. Sarah Pearson, sir.
yeah,
She was
Sarah
the chief
Pearson,
innovation.
who was the head of innovation in the Australian government. I remember attending her session, and it was really mind-blowing, the kind of ideas and thoughts that she shared with all of us. So if you can continue that and bring more and more illustrious Australian achievers, particularly women achievers, to interface with this cohort, that will really be great. So once again, very grateful for you to support this initiative, and look forward to wonderful results from the UPsurge program as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And with that, we come to the end of this session. I'd like to start by saying thank you so much, sir, and also Sarah, and also His Excellency Mr. High Commissioner, for speaking about creating a startup exchange program between the entrepreneurs at VHub and the Australian startups. We currently do that with Portugal, and we are also exploring avenues with Korea, and we'll be more than happy to actually expand this collaboration further into creating kind of a soft landing hub for Australian startups to India and vice versa.
I do have one thing to say, Barry. Sorry for this inopportune intervention, but you do know that recently the Indian men's team has beaten Australia on your own land. But I do hope, I do hope the women's, I do hope the women's cricket team also does the same thing very soon. So
It's
more to women empowerment. Yeah, cheers.
It's time for some applause on that. Thank you, sir. All in good spirit.
I remember the Women's World Cup. What was the result? We will not let it happen. I was in the
Thank you, sir. So we would love to explore the conversations, and with that, we come to the end of it. Thank you so much, sir. Now, sir, we are done. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jason. Thank you to everybody.
Prime Minister, who's good with words, so good line, fierce competitors on the street, good friends of. Another time.
Thanks so much.
Thank you,
Enjoy the rest of your stay in Hyderabad.
And I look forward to coming back and doing some of those things you suggested. So much. And we'll work on the after our meeting.
Sarah has something to say.
I just look forward to hosting you in Australia in return.
I surely hope so.
And I just said we look forward to reporting on those ideas.
Yeah, and I think I actually already have some people in mind that we could connect together, so we'll do that.
No point, point is to show progress.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Can I ask all the participants to come to the stage for a picture with sir? All of us in the picture, please. Quick, sir has been kindly.
I am Bengali. I have come to Telangana just.
Yes, please do come.
In last year's inquest.
Thank you.
You told come to Telangana and invest, and my wife is a Telugu lady from Warangal.
Nice. That's a nice way of, that's a nice spin. You came because of the wife, not because of me.
No.
He's telling you now.
You are the inspiration.
Very kind, ma'am. Yes?
Can you all come down so that can we come forward? Can you come forward? Sit down because you're not here.
No, we'll do the individual pics in a bit.
Smiling with your eyes.
So what's the plan for the rest of the day?
We have meetings, we're doing lunch again.
And seeing some Australian alumni.
It's symbiotic relationship between
She can handle the boost the economy of hydrogen.
I think we should Chalo, Deepti, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Yamuna and Manju were there.